The main bridge linking Crimea with mainland Russia has been damaged after an explosion. Security camera footage appears to show a huge blast at the Kerch Strait Bridge earlier Saturday morning. Russia's National Anti-Terrorism Committee says it was caused by a truck bomb. Part of the road section of the Kerch Strait crossing has now collapsed, and a fuel tanker train on the rail overpass caught fire. The bridge is a vital supply route for Russia's forces in southern Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin drove a truck across the bridge to inaugurate it in 2018. At the time, it was the only land corridor between Crimea and the Russian mainland.
Well, as you know, Sharon, there are loads of protests taking place in Iran right now, entering their third week today. And this video has appeared several months, in fact, since the month of May, when Cecile Kohler and her husband, whose name is Jacques Paris, were arrested in Iran while they were on holiday. And they have been shown now in a video by the Iranian authorities in which they are saying that they were, or she was, an intelligence and operations agent at the DGSE, the Directorate General for External Security in France. They were in Iran to prepare the ground for the revolution and the overthrow of the regime of the Islamic Iran. That has come at a time when the Iranian regime is under pressure because of these protests, and at a time also when it is blaming both the United States and Israel for being behind all these demonstrations.
Seven people have died after a huge explosion at a petrol station in County Donegal in the northwest of the Republic of Ireland. A search operation is continuing as a number of people are still missing. 8 more people were also taken to a nearby hospital. The explosion happened at an Apple Green service station in the village of Cecile on Friday afternoon. The blast destroyed the petrol station and a section of a nearby apartment building. Many emergency service vehicles remained at the scene overnight, including fire service from both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK.
As a prisoner.
Former South African President Jacob Zuma is again a free man following the expiry of his prison sentence for contempt of court. The former South African president was sentenced to 15 months in prison last year after ignoring instructions to participate in a corruption inquiry. Zuma handed himself in on July 7 last year to begin his sentence, triggering the worst violence South Africa had seen in years, as his angry supporters took to the streets. In September 2021, Zuma was released on medical parole, but in December the High Court set aside the parole decision and ordered him to return to jail. Zuma appealed the ruling and remained on parole pending the appeal outcome. The appeal had not been determined by the time his sentence expired.
Urging EU leaders to stand firm against Moscow, but European unity is once again under threat. How to tackle sky-high gas prices has been dividing the bloc. Europeans long dependent on cheap Russian gas are struggling to pay their bills. One way of bringing the price down would be for EU members not to compete with each other when buying gas on the open market. But countries like Poland, Greece and Italy say this is not enough to tackle the crisis, and a cap on gas prices must be put in place.
Now, with winters approaching, the preparations to harvest rabi or winter season crops in South Asian nation of India are in full swing. This means that the farmers have once again started burning the leftover stubble after monsoon crop reap. Stubble burning has been one of the prominent issues in two northern states of Punjab and Haryana that largely depend on agriculture sector. The farmers here burn the stubble each year to prepare the land for sowing winter season crop seeds. However, amidst growing concerns of a rise in pollution, Indian government has made stubble burning a punishable offence.